You want to be a good leader, a good manager, whatever. So we can disagree on the semantics about that. But like, just give a crap about your people.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
That's it. It's as simple as that. Welcome back. You want me to do it?
Yeah. Come on. Let's go.
Welcome back to Light Conversations, where we bring light to dark situations. This is my boy Nishatti. And I am
GM.
Oh man, I killed that.
From the AM to the PM. Hey, y'all give it up for John, man. Did he not just kill that intro?
I'll be here all night. All night.
He gonna be here all night.
Also, just for the record, I feel like Solo Cups get a bad rap now. It's water.
Yeah.
I'd like everybody to see this.
Let me see.
There's water.
Smells like vodka.
No, you can't do that because now somebody's gonna be like, "Oh, what an alcoholic!" And like that's how rumors gonna start.
It's water, y'all. It's
I'm
water.
pregnant, so I actually can't be drinking. So if we're gonna start rumors, let's start some rumors.
Start all right. GM, how you been, bruh?
I really don't have it. Ever since we did the whole living the dream thing, like now every time I'm like, living the cool. I'm good.
You good?
I'm good.
You good?
Yeah,
Everything's good in your neighborhood, man.
Solid.
I've been good too, man. I've been good, man. Life's been good. I feel like a lot of big things are coming up for us. One, we passed 10 episodes. We passed 10 episodes, bro.
Yeah. I just got a record deal.
And he just got a record deal. Shout out to him. That's him on the intro. That's him on the intro.
Oh, yes, that's true. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, we got to show Chin Chin the intro. Yeah. Chin Chin's getting a lot of shout outs in here.
That's true.
They going to know her better than they know us.
Yeah, stick with that. You want to switch? Oh. Let me know. I know a guy. I can make this happen.
Yeah, so what we talking about today, John?
I thought you were doing that.
Got you. What we talking about today, y'all, is why leadership is important in your business. Why leadership is important in your business. John, go ahead and hit him off with a little cue for the day.
I would actually like to start with there's a difference between leadership and management.
Let's go.
Okay. So I think that's important to establish that before we talk about, like, obviously leadership's important, but what is leadership is the better question. So management is, doing the daily tasks and making sure they get done. Leadership is something completely different. And you can be a great manager, but a bad leader. Okay. So let's just give some examples. So, and maybe there's going to be a lot of opinion in this too. So I'm sure we'll debate it.
Yep, for sure.
So, in my opinion, I'll just state it.
Okay.
Is you can be, let's just say you have a to-do list and you go around and you have people, like you're checking in with people and you're like, hey, did you get this done? And you check in on them. You make sure that they have the tools needed to succeed to do that specific task.
Yeah.
And, you just do that on a daily basis. Like that's managing. Okay. And then there's even more to that, but I'm just trying to give this one example to make a point.
I got
you. Then it comes time to, let's say, load up a bunch of vans.
Okay.
Like you're going on a trip.
Okay.
As a company. It's a company-wide trip. And it's time to load up some vans. This is very personal, actually, for me.
Okay. Come on.
And,
come on.
And you're like, all right, cool. I'm going to dictate that this needs to get done.
Okay.
But you don't ever actually do it. Like, to me, that's not leadership. So leadership is like, I'm going to lead by example.
Yep, I'm with you on that.
And I'm going to be out in front loading these vans with you.
For sure.
And this is just me personally. I will never ask you to do anything that I have not done, will not do, anything like that. Okay? So that's just me. But kind of backing up just a little bit is like leadership is more, it's vision and it's leading. Okay? So the leader sets what the management has to do. Does that make sense? So it's like, to me, they're different.
Okay.
I think a lot of times people will get them confused and they'll combine the two. And be like, well, I'm actually a really good manager. That does not mean you're a good leader.
I would argue that you have to be one and the same in order to be good at it. When you're managing people. And with people, you have to lead. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, they have their task and things like that, but it's just like, yeah, you're supposed to do this, but what happens when they hit a wall?
Right, but you can still have a good manager, and the people are there because of a good leader. Does that make sense?
Help me
So it's like if there's a good leader in place,
Okay.
they're following the leader's vision. So everything it rolls downhill, right?
Yep. Okay, I'm following you there. Okay,
Okay.
uh-huh.
So then there can be like, I don't know if you want to call them middle management or you want to just call them like project managers or whatever. They're still managers, but they're not setting the vision, casting the vision. They're not helping you. So I don't think that you have to be a good leader to be a good manager.
So I disagree because you're confusing leadership with being the visionary. The visionary is casting the vision. Hey, we're going to do it like this, and this is the way I kind of seen it. But leadership is just taking charge. You know what I'm saying? And you can take charge within that management. And I speak that from experience, right? From doing it at the grooming lounge. Like, it wasn't just management for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't tell you to have a good day if I'm not having it. You know what I'm saying?
I think
like,
all good leaders have to be good managers, but it doesn't have to be the other way around. That's what I'm saying.
I still think they're one and the same.
I just 100% disagree with you.
What do y'all think? Look, man, post it in the comments.
Team John, Team Nishatti.
Are you gonna be John and GM, fam? I think we gotta see. I'm about culture. If we want to push it on the people, we gotta say it.
So another thing, regardless of whatever side, Team John or Jim,
Nishatti. And you can put energy in there if you want to. You know,
it's just hashtag.
yeah, hashtag it one time.
No, but I do think that, like, okay, so you want the simple, like, I'm going to sum up all management or what management books should be.
Okay.
Here's how to be a good leader. Here's how to be a good manager. Are you telling me to get closer to the mic? See, I got PTSD about this. I'm telling you. I'm telling you about this. I'm telling you. Anyway, so she was like over there. I'm like, I feel like I'm already close.
Right.
I guess I could get closer. No, you want to be a good leader, good manager, whatever. So we can disagree on the semantics about that. But like, just give a crap about your people.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
That's it. It's as simple as that.
Yep.
This is my soapbox. I'm bringing it out. Okay. Anytime my voice gets a little higher, I get passionate. I think that's my soapbox.
Right.
You know.
Okay.
But it's like, it's not hard to give a crap about people. It really isn't.
Yep.
So I understand that as a business owner, you have business decisions that you have to make, but it doesn't mean that you can't care about the people that are actually supporting and building your business.
Big facts, because people would much rather work for someone that they like.
Well, but people are not stupid, and they know if you care about them or not.
No, that's a fact.
They do. Like, you can try to, like, okay, let's just rattle off some of the things that, people do in place of caring about their employees.
Okay.
So they do, like, horribly planned Christmas parties, company T-shirts, pizza Mondays, whatever you want to do, Taco Tuesdays. Like this. These are the things that people do in replacement of actually just giving a crap about your employees. And you know how you can give a crap about your employees?
How's that?
I don't know. Try to get to know them.
That's a fact.
Try to talk to them. Try to find out their goals.
Yeah.
Try to figure out how you can help them get their goals.
Right.
So here's an actual, like a practical tip. Okay. You want a practical tip?
Yep.
Is sit down with each one of your employees today and ask them to write out their goals, but both in the like business goals, like financial goals that you can help them get to, but also personal goals.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you have this, keep those with you. So then you can go back to them. So you can do a couple things. Okay. One is you can be able to coach and mentor those people towards their goals.
Yeah.
And say, hey, listen, and also provide you a room for discipline as well.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, listen, I know that you want to start this, whatever. You want to start manufacturing saunas. Since we talked about this recently.
Right.
So in order to do that, like, there's certain things that you're doing as an employee that will not fly if you ever want to be successful. Let me talk about it. And everything should be attached to their goal. Okay. So, but not everything has to be a monetary goal either. So like, maybe they want to just like take their kid to a trampoline park.
Yep.
Why can't you buy them tickets to a trampoline park? If it's in your means and you know about a goal and it's so easily achievable for you, then just do it.
So what you're pretty much saying is make sure that you're kind of really paying attention, because you can't know about the trampoline park.
Attention.
I see where y'all going with this. I see where you're... And you just make sure you're paying attention to your people, because that's the only way that you're going to be able to even know these things. Like you said, getting to know them. And one thing I think is important with management too is not just telling them, giving them their task. One thing I did when I always came to a different shop, I said, what can I do better?
Yeah. I think
what am I not doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, what can I do? Because if I'm telling you to do something, but you feel like I'm not doing something in your head, you're not going to work as hard as hard for me or with me because you don't truly respect me because you feel like I'm slacking in some way.
You set the pace. You have to. You absolutely have to set the pace.
You gotta set the tone, and then it's just like it. And if there is a problem down the line, and you feel some type of way, it's like, hey man, I gave you a chance to clear the air. You know what I'm saying? Like I like to be upfront and honest, and I always used to try to keep it open as possible because it's just like we can express these things and we can move on. Like I'm not holding nothing in my heart. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think it comes down to the core is I want it to be a good manager.
I have so many things to talk about in this topic. This actually might go longer than we mean to.
And we're not even on topic, but that's another story.
Well, no, but just okay. So let me talk to the employees though out there.
Okay,
this is what I always say, and I think just as a culture we've kind of shied away from this, and I think maybe it's just because we're all conflict averse for some reason. Mm-hmm. But it's like if you're an employer, and you can actually use this. So scratch the employer thing or employee thing. Mm-hmm. But it's like if you're struggling with something, give the person that is in fault with you an opportunity to fix it. Right. So like as an employee, a lot of times employees will quit because something's wrong, and they never even talk to their manager, their leader, whatever you want to say, the owner about what was wrong, and didn't even get them an opportunity to fix it. So that's my thing is like. If anything's going wrong or if you're unhappy in any way, come tell me about it and at least provide me the opportunity to make it right or at least explain it. And then if I choose not to, that's on me.
Yeah, that's real.
But don't bounce without at least giving the opportunity to do that. You can do that. You can extrapolate that out with friendships, relationships, employee-employer relationships, things like that. Yeah. Now the other point I want to bring up is you want to be a good manager or a good leader so we'll just say for argument's sake that they're one and the same.
Right.
They're not, but we'll
they
talk
are
about
for
it
sure.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Is you can't, and this is counterculture, I think, to most management books because most people want to be like, okay, here's how you manage people. Here's the 17 steps on how to manage people.
Right.
The problem is that people are not the same.
I was just about
to say and you cannot manage people the same way. And what do I mean by that? So like in one of my businesses now, okay, there's a wide variety of personalities. Yeah. So there's one guy that I could literally scream and cuss at, and he would be fine. Mm-hmm. And if there's another guy that if I did that, he'd just walk out the door. Right. And there's another guy that I could fist fight today. Yeah. And we'd hug it out after. Right. There's another guy that if we fist fought, I would literally never see them again. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so, but not only that is so if you're managing or leading somebody, it's on you to teach them things. Okay. Mm-hmm. So, and they should be teaching you things too, but that's a different conversation. Right. But it's so even in discipline, there should still be, it's not even discipline. It's not like a gotcha. It's here's how we learn and grow better from this particular thing. Okay. Yep. And depending on how you're going about it, you can't actually, some people, it's just going to fall on deaf ears if you just try to have a blanket this is what I do. Mm-hmm. Right? Yep. So some people need the over-explain it, really sit down and kind of break it down. Yep. Some people don't need any of that. So it's if I did something wrong, tell me I did it wrong. Tell me okay, here's what I should have done. Yeah. I'm never going to make that mistake again. Right. Or very rarely, I should say. Yeah, for sure. But so other people need to know okay, well, why? What specifically should I have done? Walk it out with me. Mm-hmm. Things like that. Yep. And it's like that with everything. It's like that with if you compliment me in a room full of people, yep, I hate that. And I do. That is not I do not receive that. Why? Because I just don't want that. I don't need the public validation. Okay. But some people really do. So anything that you're doing, whether you're complimenting, whether you're disciplining, whether you're mentoring, every single thing should be tailored to that specific person and how they receive it. Yeah. So.
Okay. I'm not sure where we at because we done went so far in the weeds, but I'm going to go back to the leadership. And one thing I was going to speak on was it's never I or me when you're a leader. It's always us and we. You know what I'm saying? It's never I or me. It's always us and we. And that has to be the thinking when you are leading a team because it's no longer just you. You have to be okay, if I do this move, how does this affect the team? If I decide to up and cuss this person out, how does this affect the team? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like you have to have that heart for the people because if you don't care about people, it's very hard to lead them. You need to put someone in place who actually does care.
And not only your team, but their families too. right?
Okay.
So like these people are
Yeah.
coming in and they're helping you grow something, and yeah, you're paying them, but like they're also going home to their spouses and their whatever. So like let's
not.
just say the cussing out thing. It's like, okay, if you just wreck this person's day, then guess what the
Right.
trickle down is? They're gonna have a
Yeah.
bad day. They're gonna go in the
That's
the
true.
door, and then all of a sudden like
Yep.
their kid side eyes them, and now it's just
Yep.
it's just a trickle down. So it's like just give a crap.
That's real deal.
That's
Holyfield.
it.
That's real deal. Holyfield.
Like we could literally cut this entire episode. It was like, hey, how do you be a good manager or a good leader? Give a crap. Okay, see you guys next time. Like, that's it.
No, that's real though. You do have to have a heart for the people. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to be working directly with them, and if that's not you, then just put, like I said, put someone in place. But I felt like that was one of the ways I was able to, get along with the people and be able to push them and pull things out of them that they didn't even know that they had in them, because I cared about them as a person. Before all of this is like, okay, I want you to succeed. I see where you at. Once I figure you out, it's like, okay, this is where this person is trying to push. Oh, yeah, she said that, but she meant this. He did that, but he meant to do this. You know what I mean? So it's really, I think it trickles all back to what you were saying before. Is like caring and getting to know the person.
Yeah, it's if somebody knows your heart, because people don't want to admit this, but like leaders and managers make mistakes too.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. So if people know your heart, there's so much power in that. So there's the correction is received better.
Yep.
Because they're like, okay, well, you're not trying to get me, you're trying to like help me.
Right.
The forgiveness is there when you make a mistake.
For sure. Yeah.
Like obviously you try to do the best you can and like try not to make mistakes, but you're going to.
Yep, no doubt. No doubt.
There's a lot of power of being like coming forward and be like, hey guys, I made a mistake.
Right.
There's a lot of power in that.
Yep.
And it's just just letting people know your heart also helps them attach themselves to your vision.
Yep, that's real. That's real. Communicating too, just because so as a leader, sometimes you're not always in the same position, right? So let's say you guys were making $10,000 a month, and then somehow, some way, the business grew. Yeah. And so before you were real close with your people, but now you got so many other things on your plate. And so communicating that with the staff, like, hey, there's going to be some shifting going on. You know what I mean? There's some drastic changes going on. We are growing. So if I'm not speaking to you as much as possible, or as much as I used to, man, charge it to my head, not my heart, because it's not my intentions, but there's just a lot of things going on, and I'm just in a transition right now. So communicating that, and I know that's as men, we want to carry that, and we want to keep all that in and do that. But I feel like as a leader, it's your duty to do that.
So another practical tip.
Okay.
Man, I'm giving them out today. This episode.
Come on.
Is there's a lot of quick time that you can call your people on the way home. So I used to do that. Well, I still do, actually. It's like if I'm driving home and I have from here, it's like a 24-minute drive.
Yep.
You know how many people I can call in 24 minutes?
That's true.
And just check in.
Yeah.
Just touch base.
Yep. Yep.
But a lot of times, like people are like listening to the radio or podcasts, hopefully ours.
You like conversations with a bring, like dark situations. Yeah, we hear.
Hopefully ours.
Right.
But use this time to just check in on your people.
Yeah, no, that's real.
And then it's like you're saying is, once your business gets to a certain spot and now there's some other people, like hopefully the people that were with you came up with you.
Exactly.
But even if they didn't, like even if they're like very content with where they're at and they're like, hey, listen, I don't want the more responsibilities, the more whatever, the stuff like that.
Yep.
It's like those people are still the foundation. Just check in with them. It's not hard.
Yep.
It's not hard.
That's real. And then it just goes right back to what you said. It's just showing that you care. Showing that you care, showing that you're a human, and showing that I was thinking of you. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I was on the way home and I started to think about something you said, or I started to think you was on my mind. Just wanted to check on you. Is everything good? And you'd be surprised what that one question can do.
The other thing, man, I could go all day on this, actually. Is the other thing too, though, is like, so John Maxwell talks about the law of the lid. Okay. And what that is, for those of you that haven't read, I believe it's in 21 Laws of Irrefutable, I didn't say the word right, but leadership.
Right.
And they talk about like how everybody has their lid, and what that means is like your max potential, essentially, is the best way to put it.
Okay.
And everybody believes their lid is here. Okay, it's your job as the leader to actually go, no, your lid's here,
right,
and hold them to that. Now, my caution for those that actually care and want to like help push and mentor people
I know where you're
is
going.
Don't push them past their lid. Because a lot of times, like once you promote someone into incompetence,
Yeah.
or maybe you promote somebody or push them past where they even want to be or feel like they can be.
Yep.
Then resentment starts settling in. You start breaking people in the process, like not literally like taking somebody and just
right. You
know,
not a spine buster or anything that.
But you start breaking people, and then you lose some really good people too.
That's a fact.
So your job as a leader or as a manager, because apparently they're the same, they're not.
Yes, they are.
Is finding the person's actual lid, not their perceived lid, but their actual lid, and just holding them there
to that position.
Now, that being said, is that person's lid also can grow.
Yep.
So don't pigeonhole these people and go, okay,
that's a
just
fact.
because you're here, your lid's here, it will always be there.
Most definitely.
Now, that mostly is up to the person. Okay? So your job as the leader or the manager is to help them grow, but when they're ready. You cannot force other people to grow. You cannot do it.
Because you're gonna want to way more than they will, and then it's gonna make you mad in the situation. You're resentful that, dang, I'm spending all my time and all my efforts trying to get you to grow, and you don't even want it. It's like they never told you that they wanted it in the first place.
Yeah.
You have to see that potential and see, okay, they are striving for it, and it's not your job to be the fire. It's your job to throw some gasoline on the fire once it's already lit. You know what I mean? So
I also think, though, on the flip side of that is you can have people that say that they want to grow all day long.
Oh my goodness.
But all they're doing is asking you or saying that.
Yep.
And they're not actually doing anything.
Exactly.
And those people, honestly, and this is the rude part of me, and I'll always be the rude guy in the room. But you're not a church, and give up on those people.
Yeah.
Until it's time.
Until you're a church.
No, stop that. Don't put that evil on me. Like, I know what you're doing. I'm
Pastor GM.
Unsubscribe. Unsubscribe. Unsubscribe to that.
That's his new thing right there. Unsubscribe. Huh? Trust issues. Right. Yeah, that's what it is. That's exactly what it is.
Stop it. Don't you have something to do? No, but I'm just saying that, like, when people come to you, like, yes, help them. Like, if they say they want help, help them. Yep. Mentor these people. Yep. Mentor them into like whatever, like going back to the goals. See how you can help them reach their goals. But if they're not going to actually do the work, so let's go back to your gasoline analogy. I feel like this is solid. Actually,
come on with it.
If you put gasoline on a unlit fire, all you're doing is dampening the wood. It's doing absolutely nothing. There's no acceleration there.
That's good right there.
Yeah. And then all you're doing is you're wasting your gasoline on somebody that has a fire that you could help accelerate.
Righteous.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, well, good. We're
cutting that up. We're cutting that into a clip right there. That's excellent.
It's an ebony ivory thing. It's my fault. Right. It's a my fault thing. It's solely on the white guy. We have to. Right. No, you have to. We're all thinking it. I'll just say it. We're all thinking it. That's on me.
Yeah, so I think the overall point that you were making is just like caring about your people. And I believe you were pressing on that because that's who you are as a person. You know what I'm saying?
It seems too emotional. Let's move on from that.
No. We're going to stay there. That's who you are as a person. You're a man of the people. You know what I'm saying? You could be out of the way and elsewhere, but you would rather be among the people. So you can talk to them, feel the energy. Okay, this one, she really wants to go. Recognizing that potential, being able to, you won't have to do everything, but you want to pour just a little, here, let me plant a seed. Because even if you don't water it, somebody else may water it, right? You may not be there to see it grow, but it still will grow if that seed is already planted.
But also just selfishly, okay? And if this is why you're doing it, then one, shame on you. Yeah. Okay. But selfishly is like, how much harder are your people going to work for you if they believe that you care about them?
That's real. Now that,
right. Yep, so like, especially 110%. Now is like, it's not even about the money anymore. Like, obviously we need to support our families. Like that's the goal. For
sure.
But it's not about the money anymore. So people are turning down $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 jobs because it's a soulless job and they're unhappy.
Yep. Exactly. Stressed out.
And then it could be like they're going to make $120,000 a year and they have to work 20 hours a week.
Yep.
Or they're going to come make $30,000 a year. Maybe that's too big. Too big. Let's say 60. Let's say 60, but you're having to put in 60 hours. Yeah. But it's fulfilling.
Yeah.
Why is it fulfilling? Well, the job that you're doing is fulfilling, but then the people actually care about you and they're also filling you. There's also seasons too where it's like, okay, it's your season to learn and then your season to earn.
Come on. Oh, you got to run it back.
Yeah. He's doing his white dance. Go
ahead, do it again.
No, that was me punching.
Oh,
see,
this
again.
Look like a dance. Was he dancing, Chin Chin? He was dancing.
Asian Kung Fu.
Thank you.
Oh, Asian
I'm a brown belt in Nishatti, actually. That's a true
get out of
story.
town,
That's a true
bruh.
story. I'm one away from black.
I ain't seen not one picture of you doing any move
I'll
or
send you a
anything.
picture. I'll send you a picture
bet.
right now.
I need that pic.
Okay.
Post it in here, Chin Chin. Just post it on in there.
Yeah. Chinchi's gonna put it up there. Up. Did you ever? Anyway, it doesn't matter. And so anyway, but just kind of like wrapping up because literally we could go all day on this.
Yeah.
And I would absolutely love to. I'm actually gonna end up writing a leadership management book.
Okay. I can see that all day.
But it's like just if you want practical tips, it's like okay, you can do the goal thing. I really do recommend that.
Mm-hmm.
So have your people write it out and then keep it on. Like if you have a clipboard or if you're a digital person or whatever, keep it on you at all times.
Yep.
Because you can go back to it.
Right.
Okay. And a lot of times, like people get so busy helping you build something that they lose sight of their own goals. And that's on you.
That's
like,
so real.
No, I mean it's on you as the leader to like help them get. Like
That's
if you're
real.
not helping people get to their goals, then what are you doing? Why
That's
are you
a
in that
fact.
position?
Yep.
You shouldn't be.
Yep.
Okay.
That's so
so
real.
so that's one. Is like just actually have them print out their financial goals, but then like also just some like fun goals that you can help them get to, and you can help do both.
Yep.
Okay.
Most definitely.
Then two is like okay, just use your unused time. There's so much time that we use running errands, grocery shopping, etc.
Right.
That we can be doing to uplift other people and just check in. It's not hard.
That's
it's
real
free.
deal.
It's
Yeah.
free to check in.
For sure.
You know, especially nights and weekends. I don't know if you're old enough to remember nights and weekends. You know, the old incoming calls. You call somebody, hang up, and let them call back.
Hey, you got me going over my minutes right now. I'm gonna call you back after 9.
Yeah, exactly. And then they changed it to 7. It changed the game.
Oh yeah, sure did.
just
Sure
like,
did.
oh, man,
Yo,
man.
I do remember that.
But just give a crap about your people.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep. That's all there is to it right there. Just caring. I feel like
I'm sitting back
you
now.
forget that yes, you're a manager, yes, you're a leader, but you're also a life coach too. You know what I'm saying? Because if there's so much going on at home, I've heard this multiple times. People was like, I'm glad I got to come to work to get my peace. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't know what people are going through at home, or you don't know what type of environment you are providing for the people. And when they say stuff like that, that's when you're like, okay, we done did something here. Like they're coming here and get I'm so glad I'm at work. Who says that? You know what I'm saying? But like when you do that and you're hearing that, you like, okay, we on the right page. When they feel like they can come to you, and you may not have the time always, but sometimes people just want to be heard. That's all it is.
Yeah.
You may not even have to provide any words for them. Especially, I remember when angry clients would come in, I would be like, oh, what happened? Oh, for real? So what happened after that? And what they say on the phones? Dang, what else? Is there anything else you said? And I figured by the time they got to the end of that conversation, I let them get it all out. And I'm a question asker, so I'm going to ask you more questions. Once you finally got it all out, they done took it from a 10 to like a 5 already. And then you just go and wrap it on up from there. But sometimes people just want to be heard. So just hear your people out.
That'd be a good episode to do too. Is just like how to de-escalate conflict or something like that. Like maybe write that down.
No, that's good.
But also, and you guys are gonna just have to shut me out. Just unplug my stuff, like here, because it's gonna go. But like if you're gonna assume that life coach role, then you better make sure that your life is right in that particular area that you're coaching on. That's what I would say.
Yeah.
So because and I'll pick on me. Okay. If you try to come to me for spiritual advice,
right,
I'm gonna tell you I'm not your guy for that.
And
so it's not that
I'm about to disagree with you now.
But it's not that I don't believe.
I ain't saying that.
I know. I'm telling the people. Who am I looking at? This is my camera. Can you turn it back on Charles? Can you put it back on Charles? No, but I'm not your guy for that. I will point you in directions for somebody else. But it's like if you want to learn, if you want to do like time management or how to get more things done or whatever, like I can do that because I live that out.
Right.
You know, and so it's just like if you're going to take that life coach role, but your house is dirty, so to speak, metaphorically. You know what I'm saying? Whatever that, I'm gonna tell you to clean a room, but my whole house is dirty.
Right.
That's there's a lot of disconnect there. That like people can see through that. Like even if they don't know it, they're like, for some reason, it's just I hear what you're saying, but it's not resonating with me.
Right.
And they don't know why, but that's why. I'll just tell you that's why. See, I'm really embracing this. Like I'll be the rude guy role.
Right. No, I'm rocking with you. For the most part, when you're saying like you're trying to be a life coach, but your house is dirty, I understand that for sure. But sometimes people don't need you to be all the way put together. Sometimes people just need you to be one step in front of them. You may just be their coach for that particular season right there, and then they move on to somebody. You may not be the most spiritual person in the world, but if you know more than what they know, there's something that you can teach them. And then it's not saying you're going to be forever be that spiritual guidance, but there is something that you can teach them. There is some value that you can provide to them.
I 100% agree with that. I guess my point is that everybody in my life that wants to give me advice about what to do with money doesn't have any. And don't be that person. That's what I'm saying.
Yep. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. All right, y'all, man. We wrapping this thing up. Don't forget to like,
subscribe,
share.
I did the intro. You want me to do the outro too?
Go ahead, player. Go ahead.
All right, so thanks so much for tuning in to LYTE Conversations. It's LYTE conversations.com. Please drop us a contact line or something in the contact. Like, share, subscribe.
Yep.
We got all the platforms. We're on something called Podbean. You've never heard of that, but we're on it.
All right, Podbean.
We got
that's
YouTube.
what we on.
We got, we got them all. We got them all. Love, peace, and hair grease. We out.
We out.